side of the island, Mr. Philip Richardson, and we're here at the Carnival grounds in Gallows Bay. Behind me, you can see booths have already started construction, and this is where the action will be taking place. Philip, welcome to Raw Carnival Corner, and we can see some things happening already.
Yes, thanks. It was a little hard on the boot holders because we make them start their boots like right after the Christmas holidays, but they do have a deadline. Their deadline is the 14th of January. All boots have to be completed. So if you look in the background, almost all of them is finished, and so far they're living up to their deadline.
Okay, Carnival 2017 promises to be a very exciting one with some great international shows, some local shows, and so on. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, as you said before, the Carnival starts on the 28th of February, but before that, on the 4th of February, we have the launch. That's when the government will be giving us the official key to run Carnival on St. Martin for the upcoming days.
Okay, and that takes place on the 4th.
At the waterfront in Marigot.
What about the parades? The parades, you're going to have a children's parade and grown-ups parade again, right?
Yes, we're going to have the children parade, we're going to have the adult parade, and this year we add in also the candy parade.
Candy parade, tell us about that.
Well, what we did, we ordered some shirts and we donated to various schools on the island, and they will have a prize winning for those who could decorate the T-shirts the best.
Okay, and that will be going through the streets of Marigot also?
That will be going through the streets of Marigot, but that will be before the children parade.
Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the shows that you have coming up. Off the top of your head, do you remember any of the big shows that are scheduled for Carnival 2017?
Well, one of the big things we could see coming, at least this time, we could say we have Calypso also on the French side, because thanks to the new organization with us and the Dutch Carnival Committee, we put something together and we'll be having Calypsonians singing in this village for the first time too.
Okay, yeah, the Calypso tent, yes.
Calypso tent. And then followed by that, you'll have a youth night. The youth night will be having artists from Guadeloupe and local artists from the island. We'll be having a DJ competition plus a dancing competition.
Wow, that promises to be something great for the young people.
Yes, that's more catered towards the youths.
Okay. And I know there's a reggae show also coming in?
Yes, but before the reggae show, we also have the teen and senior queen pageant will be held also. And those girls are ready for the show. If you see them when they're practicing, it's going to be a tough situation. I'm glad I'm not going to be a judge that night because the judge is going to have it real tough.
Yeah. What about Miss Pigeonette?
Miss Pigeonette, that will be held on the 12th of February. That will be held before the opening of Carnival.
Okay. And usually...
Same venue.
Oh, but it will be in here though?
It will be in here, yes. And for the reggae show, some folks saying it's not true, but I could tell them it is true. The reggae show, you're having Charlie Black, you're having Third Wall and Caperton. That show is happening in Gallows Bay on the French side, and that will be on the 25th of February.
Wow, well, you know this place is going to be rocking, man.
It's going to be rocking. And then if all who was here last year for the Soca show, they know the clash of the bands, what they had last year, the promoter say he's taking it to another level.
Okay, so Carnival here seems to be getting bigger and bigger with the shows. The parade, you can't touch the parades. I mean, that is the thing.
Well, the parade is the thing, and we had always said in the past, parade is Carnival, and if you don't have a good parade, then you don't have a good Carnival. And we are thankful that those that put in confidence in us gradually as things goes by and starting to promote some nice shows at this venue. We know it's not easy for people to put confidence in us because when they look at it, they look, oh, you're coming to the French side, you're going to be hampered with the gendarme. No, you feel free to come to immigration, don't going to touch no one. You're going to have a nice Carnival. Don't stay home and regret it and say, you should have come and you didn't come. Take part, come and support, and you will not regret it. 2017, this program is a fully loaded program. We take it to another level, and we continuing to take it to another level in the near future.
Okay, well, every year I know Carnival has a slogan, or it has a theme, or they throw some kind of name to it. Do you have a name for Carnival this year?
Just have fun.
Have fun, that's good enough, you know.
Yes, just have fun, that's for sure.
Life is a journey, full of connections. You're in safe hands, even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telcel, when you want more.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000 guineas real easy. Island Finance. For education, a renovation. That's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
Yay! I welcome you. I want to personally thank all of you for coming out tonight. What can I say for you to really understand what this means to me to look in the audience and see such a diverse population of people that I can see that have been very instrumental in my life through this journey. Many journeys, some are not even on the island right now, and many are. So let's begin. Don't dwell on things in the past. Learn from them and keep moving forward. That's why you're here this afternoon, because that's the path that I'm on. Are you with me? I don't want no subdued yes. I want a real yes. So I'm going to say it again. Are we moving forward? Everything that was holding you back should have been left in your vehicle, right? Because if you kind of like halfway between I'm moving forward and halfway between I'm staying where I am, then hit the door. Because I don't want you with me tonight. It's positive energy in here this evening, yes? To write this book. And I have to tell you that because I did so much over the last 3.5 years since I've been on this island, I had to keep pushing it back, and finally, spiritually, I was mandated to develop it. Here's what I want to tell you that happened to me a couple of weeks ago. I was sitting in an office of some incredible people, and in that office of the incredible people, one of the intelligent people said to me, you know what I don't like? I don't like people that get educated. Highly educated. Did you hear me, Serge? And then they say they want to write a book. And then they write a book. And they want our people from our country who had problems that they may have faced, who may have not did HAVO and some of the other things, to read this book. But he said to me, when I open the book, I want to support them because I went to buy it. Did you hear me, Ms. Santos? He went to buy it. He said, when I get it home, I put my tea on the side, my wife make me a nice curry dinner, and I'll open the book. I don't even understand what they're telling me. I need a dictionary to re-dictionary them. He said, so you know what? I just look at the book, and I continue to look at the book, and I go, oh, well, I think that book going to stay there. So with that being said, one of the most important things about change is listening to people and being open enough to say, it may not be what I want to hear, but I'm going to listen anyway, because maybe a morsel of what they're telling me is truth. I've been in education for 35 years, believe it or not. I'll be 51 in June. Thank you, Jesus, for that. I raised 3 children practically by myself. Today is about transparency. There's no Dr. Fernando Clark said it best. My father said, Natasha, well, he used to call me Tasha. I will never call you Dr. Nothing. And I looked at him and I said, after all the money you work so hard for, and you send me to get this degree, you know you're going to tell me out of anybody, you ain't going to call me Dr. Giddens, Mr. Simmons? I said, wow, that's big. So I waited and I paused, and he's always been a very straightforward man. And he says to me, you will always be my daughter. And if you think you're going out there highfalutin, Miss Arundel, to get all these degrees, to think you walking taller than people and higher than people, then you got it all wrong. Because today you up, and tomorrow you in the garbage can. He said, no matter what degrees you take, if you cannot take that knowledge and reach the average person where they are, sweetheart, in the black dress and the white jacket, what difference does it make? And so I say to you, I've transitioned from one auspice to the other. But in the new auspice, I realize how important each and every one of you are. So with that being said, I introduce you tonight to the launch of my book, The Pie Philosophy, the 10 Steps to Success, but more importantly, the 10 steps that's going to help you get from point A to point B on your own terms.
Oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah.
Will begin at Ebenezer in Marigot at 5:30 on the 22nd, Sunday the 22nd of January. And we will be inviting various ministers who have served in the circuit over the past many years. Some of them will be present, and we look forward to having a grand time on this momentous occasion. Okay.
Reverend, you're fairly young yourself. 200 years is very, very long time.
Yes.
Now, the church has been traveling the road of understanding to better educate the masses as to what you do,
Yes.
what you do not do. Are you where you ought to be at this time?
Well, we are trying our best. We are endeavoring our best to serve God in the Methodist Church here in St. Martin. As you know, or as you may not know, I am fairly new to the circuit, so I'm just catching on with the functioning, so to speak, of many of the things that had happened here over the past 200 years, right? But our theme is very significant for us this year: reclaiming, strengthening, and expanding Methodist heritage in Christ. And so we have many stalwarts, many pioneers who have gone on before us and have set the trend. And even though over the years we have, in some congregations, we have seen a steady decline, great things have been happening in the Methodist Church in both the French and the Dutch St. Martin.
Okay. Interestingly, you spoke of decline. What do you think will be contributing to this?
Well, one of the factors contributing to some decline is responsibility. We keep saying that, if each Christian take up full responsibility of their roles in our church and be committed and are strong in the faith, then we know that with faith we can do great things. So it's just a matter of commitment, and for us even as a church to launch out even more into restoring some of our members who have ceased to meet, and who have no longer have that interest in coming to church. And we have been seeing the words that I keep saying is apathy. There is a lack of interest, not only in the Methodist Church in this 21st century in the Caribbean, but a lack of interest in many denominations with Christians in coming to church. And the fact that even state and the church is separated sometimes, that zeal to put God first seem to be, not as it was years ago. And apostasy is also a part of it. The just lack of interest, and we are here to endeavor to motivate as much as we can.
What's been done to encourage as many persons, especially in the community of St. Martin,
Yes.
to be part of the church as you travel around?
Okay, we have been having several evangelistic services, and that is one of the missions that we embark upon each year. And even in our year-long activities, we will definitely have a week of services and try to preach the gospel to persons to come to Christ. So that is something that we do. Aldersgate will be on the 21st of May, and from the 15th to the 19th, we will be having an evangelistic service on
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
1,
2,
3,
4. This is how common it is to develop a mental illness. 1 out of every 4.
4,
4.
4. But there is hope. Today, most mental illnesses can be managed and treated. Visit your general doctor if you feel concerned about your thoughts and behaviors or have some difficulty dealing with some of life's issues.
If you have been diagnosed and are suffering from a mental illness, keep in mind these 4 points to help you manage your mental health.
1. Get regular checkups with your general doctor.
2. Stay on your treatment plan to prevent relapses.
3. Find a strong support group in your family and friends.
And 4. Never be afraid to ask for help and look out for the warning signs of your illness.
Remember, you are not alone. We are as close as one.
2.
3.
4.
Learn about mental health illness by going to the Mental Health Foundation's website at www.mhf-sxm.com.
You were working on the new hospital. I'm not talking about what the outcome is. I'm talking about the financing of the new hospital. And one of the things you said that is that the Dutch were willing to finance the hospital. Are you looking in that direction? And along with that, I'll also ask you to expound a little bit on how the vetting procedures go for especially doctors that are coming to work on the island. And I thank you for now.
Regarding the financing of the hospital, in previous discussions with the Dutch government, they expressed a willingness to consider financing. It does not mean that they've agreed to finance. It was dependent on a number of factors, including developing a business case. That business case is in the process of evolving. Given the court case with where VAMED has stopped the procedures with the hospital for the moment, and the possibility of a much more expensive hospital being built, which will be financed over the backs of the people. So a company with no local interests other than making money is stopped the process, and the possibility is that the hospital will be a much more expensive hospital. That translates into higher tariffs, that translates into higher premiums for the people, which translates into a modified business plan. The modified business plan was based on what we felt was a very practical and affordable hospital. So while SZV is now taking on the appeal of that decision, it means that we need to go back and revisit the business plan, which again, like I said, if the outcome is a more expensive hospital, has financial consequences for the entire country. Regarding the vetting for physicians, there is an entire process to that. It's outlined very clearly. I think the bigger issue is what are the consequences? So what is the complaint mechanism, and what are the consequences for physicians or medical personnel that don't perform correctly? And I think that's one of our priorities going forward as a ministry, is making sure that in everything you need a system of checks and balances that ensures that if you have bad behavior or bad outcomes or bad decision making, that there's a consequence, and that applies for business, government, as well as for physicians. So if we look to elevate the quality of care in St. Martin, I think that we're looking for a proper feedback loop, a proper mechanism where good physicians are rewarded, and if there's problems, that there's consequences.